Hey guys, myself Kruti Patel. Welcome back to my channel. So now, as you know, we're gonna learn about glycolysis. So today we'll learn its introduction, pathway, energetics, and significance. As you know, this is the first pathway of carbohydrate metabolism. So let's start. Now, glycolysis is derived from a Greek word. Mostly all the words are derived from Greek words. Now it is split into two words. First, glucose. Second, lysis. Glucose, as you know, means sugar. Lysis means dissolution. So now you know the meaning of glycolysis. Now, it is also known as EM pathway, or full form is Embden Meyerhof pathway. This is known because two scientists, Embden and Meyerhof, found this pathway, so it is also known as EM pathway. Later we will see that its definition. So the definition of glycolysis is, this is the sequence of reaction converting glucose to pyruvate or lactate with the production of ATP. Now it is a very simple reaction, which means that glucose will be converted into pyruvate or lactate in a sequence with production of ATP. ATP will be produced in this whole reaction when glucose is converted into pyruvate or lactate. So it is a very simple reaction. It is defined as the sequence of reaction converting glucose to pyruvate or lactate with the production of ATP. Now, when you're writing the pathway, in the examination, first you have to write the introduction. So in introduction you will write it is derived from Greek word, how it splits, its meaning, also known as EM pathway, definition. Further you will go on the next page and write the pathway. Before that we will see the silent features of glycolysis. We will see the silent features of glycolysis. So first is, it takes place in all cells. Glycolysis will take place in the cells. Second, occurs in absence of oxygen. If in the whole cycle oxygen will be absent, then it will turn into lactate. If it will be present, then it will turn into pyruvate. It is very important for brain, and it is the central metabolic pathway. As you know, it is used in mostly all the pathways, so it is central metabolic pathway. Third, it is intermediates of glycolysis, and it is useful for synthesis of amino acids and fat. Amino acids and fats are synthesized by glycolysis. So these are the features of glycolysis. Now we will see reaction of glycolysis. So there are the reaction of glycolysis is divided into three phases. The first phase is energy investment phase, second is splitting phase, and third energy generation phase. As you see by the name, you can see what the phase will do. Here energy will be generated, here energy will be investment, and here the phase will be splitted. Now first we know that it is glycolysis. It will start with glucose. Glucose will change into glucose 6-phosphate, and then it will change to fructose 6-phosphate. Three steps will happen in the first phase, energy investment phase. Second phase is splitting phase. In this phase, fructose 1,6-biphosphate from this fructose 6-phosphate it will convert into fructose 1,6-biphosphate. Then it will split into two, glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate and dihydroxyacetone phosphate. These are two. So now this will split into two. That's why it is known as splitting phase. Next, glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate will go to energy generation phase, the third phase. Here it will convert into 1,3-biphosphoglycerate, and then 3-phosphoglycerol, 2-phosphoglycerol, phosphophenol pyruvate, and last we will find the final product, pyruvate. Now we'll see the pathway. So as you know, it will start from glucose and end to pyruvate. This is the cycle. So here, first step is glucose to glucose 6-phosphate. It will change. Glucose will change to glucose 6-phosphate. Here, ATP will convert into ADP with the change of phosphate and with the help of enzyme named hexokinase. Second step is glucose 6-phosphate will change into fructose 6-phosphate. Now glucose and fructose isomerase, they are same, identical. So here the enzyme used is phosphoxylisomerase. So the enzyme used is isomerase because fructose 6 and glucose 6-phosphate are Third step is fructose 6-phosphate will change into 1,6-biphosphate with the help of phosphofructose kinase enzyme, and ATP will convert into ADP. One ADP will generate here and one ATP will generate in the third reaction. Further, now this will split. Fructose 1,6-biphosphate will split into acetone phosphate and glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. This is the splitting phase as we learned before, and with the help of aldokinase enzyme. Here all these are of 6 carbon, but as these two are split, these will turn into 3 carbon. Here these two will are also isomerase, therefore it is known as triphosphoisomerase. Now these are 3 carbons, so tri is added, phosphate isomerase. Next step is glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate will convert into 1,3-biphosphogyceraldehyde with the help of NAD, and it will convert to NADH, and plus 1 hydrogen will be added here. Next 1,3-biphosphoglycerate will convert into 3-phosphoglycerate, and this is with the help of enzyme phosphoglycerate kinase, and with the help of ADP which was generated will turn into ATP. Now here is one production of ATP production. 3-phosphoglyceride will convert into 2-phosphoglyceride, only numbers changes with the help of phosphogyceraldehyde mutase enzyme. Second 2-phosphoglycerate will turn to phosphophenol pyruvate with 1 molecule moving, and with the help of enolase enzyme it will turn into pyruvate, where we're gonna get with the help of pyruvate kinase enzyme, and here another ATP will be formed by ADP. So this is our pathway of glycolysis. Now we'll see energetics of glycolysis. Energy yield ATP glucose in glycolysis under anaerobic conditions. Now these are the ATP generated in anaerobic conditions. So as we have seen, from glucose to glucose 6-phosphate in reaction 1 with the help of hexokinase enzymes, ATP was converted into ADP. So there was one reduction of ATP. In reaction 3, phosphofructokinase, there was a reduction of 1 ATP also there. ATP was converted into ADP. In reaction 7, phosphoglycerate kinase enzymes form 2 ATPs, and also in reaction 10 with the help of phosphophenol pyruvate enzyme 2 ATPs were formed. So as you can see, under anaerobic condition the total ATPs formed here are 2 means 4, and there are 2 ATPs reduced. So 4 minus 2 is equal to 2 ATPs. So in the whole glycolysis reactions, only 2 ATPs. Now our last topic, but not the least, is the significance of glycolysis. So it is very simple, it's just 4 points. We'll start with the first. Glycolysis takes place in all cells of the body. It will take in every cell glycolysis will be present. Second, the enzyme of this pathway are present in the cytomer fraction of the cell. In the cytomer fraction of the cell, enzyme will be present. Third, glycolysis occurs in the absence or presence of oxygen. whether oxygen is present or not, glycolysis will take place, just the product will be different. If oxygen will be present, then pyruvate will form, and if oxygen is present, lactate will be formed. Third one is very simple, as we have studied in the introduction. Glycolysis is very essential for brain. We studied in the first video, and which is dependent on glucose for energy. Now brain is dependent on glucose for energy, so glycolysis does this for brain. This is all that we will learn in glycolysis. I hope you like the video. Please subscribe if you have not, and like and share as much as possible. Thank you.